Today I would like to talk with you about something we do every day. Eat. When you sit down for a meal, do you ever wonder where your food came from or how it was grown? As a farmer over the past few years, I've come across my fair share of GMO seeds and promptly threw them in the trash can. Today we will first explore what GMOs are, where they come from, and some of the risks associated with GMOs. Did you know that our food in the U.S. is banned or has required labeling by over 60 developed countries because it is considered to be unsafe? Would you still want to eat it? Because it's true. And unless you were to buy 100% organic, non-GMO produce, probably about 70 to 80% of the food you consume will contain GMOs. So what are GMOs? Well, GMOs are genetically modified organisms. And according to the Non-GMO Project, genetically modified organisms are plants or animals that have been genetically engineered with DNA from bacteria, viruses, or other plants and animals. This is a laboratory-based technique where a foreign gene is inserted into the DNA of the plant. Mutations that occur during this process can lead to many unforeseen changes in the resulting crop, such as alterations to the food's nutritional content, toxic and allergenic effects, and unforeseen damage to the environment. So where do these GMOs come from? GMOs are predominantly produced by chemical companies such as Monsanto and DuPont. Monsanto is best known for their herbicide Roundup. They are also the same company that sprayed Agent Orange in Vietnam and convinced us that the genetically modified bovine growth hormone was safe to inject into cows. Since then, the American Public Health Association, among other respected agencies, has condemned the use of this hormone because a hormone linked to cancer was found in the milk of the injected cows. Genetic modification also has an adverse effect on the environment. The increased use of herbicides and pesticides affects wildlife and the non-pest insect population. The increased use of Roundup-ready corn and soybeans has greatly led to the decline in the monarch butterfly population, and now 7 species of bees are on the endangered species list. The proliferation of genetically modified Roundup-ready crops has actually led to an increase in the amount of herbicides and pesticides used, and the allowed residue limit of glyphosate, the world's top weed killer, has also increased. Monsanto's Roundup-ready glyphosate is classified by the European Union to be dangerous to the environment. And genetic modified crops do not increase crop yield like they would have us believe. They actually have the opposite effect. Glyphosate depletes soil quality by killing the natural nutrients and organisms in the soil needed for the plant to develop. So what about the evidence that states that GMOs are safe? Well, unfortunately, the U.S. government does not test the safety of GMOs independently using their own scientists. Most safety assessments done on GMOs are based off of data provided by the same biotech companies that are looking to commercialize their GMO crops, the same companies that profit from a positive assessment. Also, independent researchers and scientists are prohibited from using GMOs in their studies. In addition to this, Michael Taylor, the former vice president of Monsanto, now works for the FDA and is in charge of policy. Moreover, many companies that we all know and probably have in our cabinets right now have spent millions of dollars to defeat mandatory GMO labeling. These companies include, but that are not limited to, Pepsi, Kraft, Coca-Cola, Nestle, General Mills, and Kellogg's. We now know what GMOs are, where they come from, and some of the risks that are associated with them. Now that we are more educated on the matter, we can make more informed decisions, raise awareness, and remove ourselves from the scientific experiment that is GMOs. Let's march against Monsanto.